वेलकम टू लर्न शॉर्ट एंड टाइपिंग विद विकास सर। जैसा कि आप सब जानते हैं कि हमारी 2 दिन क्लास नहीं हो पाई थी, हम कहीं पे बाहर गए हुए थे। लेकिन आप आज से आपकी डेली की डेली क्लास होगी आपका पंजाब एंड हरियाणा हाई कोर्ट के लिए और आपके चंडीगढ़ हाई कोर्ट के लिए। और आप लोगों को पता भी चल गया होगा कि आपकी को जो आपका जो टेस्ट 27 फेब को है, आपका जो टेस्ट, उसमें से एक नोटिफिकेशन जारी किया है उन्होंने। मैं उसमें जारी किया कि किस किस मिस्टेक को वो कंसिडर करेंगे। हम कल आपके लिए एक वीडियो अच्छे से लेके आएंगे। चलिए हम अपने आर्टिकल की तरफ चलते हैं अपना। व्हेन द म्यूजिक स्टॉप्स। देखो इसमें बेसिकली क्या बोला गया, बोरिस जॉनसन के बारे में बोला गया है। जैसे कि सब जानते हैं कि जो लॉकडाउन हुआ था, जैसे यूएस में भी काफ़ी सभी कंट्रीज में लॉकडाउन हुआ था, लेकिन तब वहाँ पे जोरिस जॉनसन की पार्टी चल रही थी। उसमें अब बोला गया है कि जब पूरी कंट्री में मतलब लॉकडाउन है, जब वहाँ पे पार्टी चले, कुछ क्लिप वायरल हुई है, तो उसमें अब ये इन्वेस्टिगेशन होगा कि वहाँ पे जो जोरिस बॉनसन ने अच्छी तरह से मतलब लॉकडाउन का पालन किया या नहीं किया, उसी के बारे में ये आर्टिकल है। काफ़ी इंपॉर्टेंट आर्टिकल है, हम डिटेल में डिक्टेट करेंगे। @100 वर्ड पर मिनट स्टार्ट। डिस्पाइट द यूके की सक्सेस इन वैक्सीनेशन, बोरिस जॉनसन लीडरशिप इज अंडर स्क्रूटनी, यानी कि जांच में आएगी। बी रेडी स्टार्ट। In the wake of the intensifying Pratyagate scandal in the UK, five close aides of Prime Minister Boris Johnson have resigned, putting the Conservative Party and its leadership in a tight spot over their handling of the COVID-19 pandemic and their adherence to the associated restrictions on public gatherings. The five senior members of Mr. Johnson's office, including Chief of Staff Dan Roosevelt, quit last week following an incriminating inquiry into multiple social gatherings that took place at number 10 Downing Street during the early days of the pandemic, when tight lockdown regulations had been imposed across the UK, limiting all such parties. The scandal gained momentum after UK media published reports including photographs of senior members of Mr. Johnson's team attending several parties held around June 2020, a time when gatherings of more than two people indoors were banned. Following the expected outrage in Parliament and the initiation of a police investigation last week, a report by Sue Gray, second permanent secretary, was published. Her report found that 16 events took place between May 2020 and April 21, including a drinks event in the Downing Street Garden attended by Mr. Johnson on May 2022 and a birthday celebration of Mr. Johnson in the Cabinet Room on June 19, 2020. The scandal has rocked the confidence of Conservative MPs in their Prime Minister's capacity to lead. Even though Culture Secretary Nadine Dorries insisted that a vast majority of them still support Mr. Johnson, some such as Stephen Hammond have said that they are considering very carefully whether he still has confidence in the PM, especially because telling the truth matters and how now we are more so than in the House of Commons. Mr. Johnson has written to all Conservative MPs committing to improving the way 10 Downing Street works, but it appears that MPs are far from conceived that there was sufficient justification to hold these drinking parties at number 10 when the nation was facing lockdowns. Specifically, these events endangered public health, damaged public perception of the government and its commitment to pandemic regulations, and demonstrated failure to explore alternative pandemic complaint means to transact businesses. The most ominous sign of Mr. Johnson's deteriorating prospects of continuing as PM are the MPs who have reportedly submitted a letter of no confidence to Sir Graham Brady, chair of the 1922 Committee of Backbench MPs. If 54 MPs submit such letters to Sir Graham, it will trigger a vote of Mr. Johnson's leadership of the party, given the progress made by his government in terms of vaccine administration, putting the UK at the top of the global vaccination league tables. It would be ironic if Mr. Johnson's time in number 10 was remembered more for drinking parties and lockdowns violations. Full stop.